So the Giza power plant, I described the Great Pyramids. It reacted to the Earth's vibration.
How does it work?
And it was tuned harmonically to the vibrations of the Earth. Through that, they were able to stimulate electron flow in the central granite chamber and produce microwave energy. Proportions tuned harmonically to the vibrations of the Earth.
Hey, what's up, guys? Real quick, I just got a disclaimer. This video is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little shorter, but it's going to be more content, more rapid fire content. I recorded this entire video today, and when I was done and I started editing it, I realized that my microphone was off the entire time. So sorry about that. It's already very late in the day, and I'm unable to record another video today before having to do things that I have planned for the night already. So this is just gonna be a compilation video of a bunch of clips that I was going to talk about with you, and I did. I spent about an hour talking about these clips, but like I said, my microphone was off. So thanks for watching, thanks for the patience, and the next video will be back to the normal format. But have fun and enjoy.
There's some serious shit going down off the coast of Florida right now, and you're probably going to see a lot of videos over the next couple of days about what's happening. There's a group of whistleblowers, some claiming to be military personnel and sailors, going all around on X, Telegram, and even Reddit right now, talking about how the US Navy, and this is according to them, okay, apparently discovered a huge ship that's underwater off the coast of Florida, somewhere near Daytona Beach. Apparently, whatever this thing is, has sent numerous pulses of energy out and apparently knocked out power to a couple of the ships. This is all being reported by them, by the way, and apparently this thing is appearing on radar and then disappearing off of radar. I mean, there's some crazy shit going down. And now there's objects being seen off the coast of Daytona Beach. Numerous objects, might I mention, that seem as if they're coming out of the water and then flaring out into the sky that look literally as bright as the sun. I've seen these same exact objects appear in the sky over the Gulf of Mexico throughout the last couple of months now. I have no idea what they are, sometimes being chased by what looks to be military helicopters and what looks to be even fighter jets. And that just adds to all the rumors that have been coming out about some mothership appearing out there as well. Now apparently this has been occurring over the course of the last couple of days now, so I went to TikTok and I looked it up, and lo and behold, what do you know? There's actual videos of them appearing over the water, some literally flaring as bright as the sun. I have no idea what these objects could be, but I've seen literally about 200 of them since January. Every single time I try to post a video of them, my videos are always suppressed. So if you live in or anywhere around Daytona Beach, I need you to go outside. I need you to look in the sky and see if you see any of these objects, because I need an explanation real quick.
I want to talk about Project Sunstreak because I thought it was fake until I went on the CIA.gov and found it. And I was like, what am I looking at? On December 5th, 1988, this one man was to find the Ark of the Covenant. And what he saw was bone chilling. And I have the document right here.
Directly from .gov.
This is what he said about the Ark of the Covenant. Target is in a container and is decorated with seraphims. Target is located somewhere in the Middle East, as the language spoken by individuals seem to be Arabic. The target is hidden underground. It has something to do with ceremony, memory, and the resurrection.
What?
There is an aspect of spirituality, lessons, and historical knowledge far beyond what we know. The target is protected by entities.
What?
This container cannot be opened until the time is deemed correct. Individuals opening the container by prying or striking are destroyed by the container's protectors through the use of a power unknown to us. That is a CIA document.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, dude. Entities?
It's protected by entities.
You're saying that this person acquired this knowledge through using one of those, like, basically like beaming a visual?
Psychoenergetics is what it's called. Remote viewing. The ability to describe remote areas, ability to influence physical or biological systems via undefined physical mechanisms.
It's Stranger Things for real.
That's insane.
I hate that.
But these were actual programs the CIA was running. It's not like
For years.
they learned about it and they're just putting it in there for archive purposes. Like, they were doing this. They were the ones running it.
The conspiracy is that the CIA went and apprehended the Ark of the Covenant.
That's a crazy story, dude.
I don't believe anything that comes from NASA, everything they've shown us about space. And then you're like, wait a minute, these clouds are just photoshopped, copy paste around the image. And they say, well, the blue marble's a composite. It's like, well, a composite, well, why isn't isn't it just the image? Or these photos from NASA, they never expected us to be able to go frame by frame to dissect them.
The whole thing is a lie. If you look at these planets, you look at Mars through a real telescope, not a Photoshop computer-generated image, it looks as though it's floating in water. It probably is. The moon, they tell us, is 240,000 miles away, but we've lost the technology to go there. What percentage of what NASA has told us is true? I would say about zero. I mean, it is ridiculous. We've been lied by almost everyone in our educational system about almost everything.
What if the pyramids were built the way they are on this footage? And I'll prove to you that this theory is much easier to believe. For example, each block in the Egyptian pyramids weighs from 2 to 50 tons, and in one pyramid, there are 250,000 such stones. How many people will be needed to lift one such stone? After all, even our quarry equipment cannot always cope with the lifting of such stones, but furthermore interesting, these stones have been delivered from a quarry for hundreds of kilometers from pyramids. On one of versions, Egyptians have constructed a channel, equipped each stone with buoys, and sent to pyramids, and on ramps lifted these blocks on top. Don't you think that sounds like nonsense, considering it all happened over 5,000 years ago? What if the pyramids were built by an advanced civilization that had access to technologies unknown to us, and the performers could be giants? After all, even in the Bible it is written that they existed, and all over the world still find evidence of their existence, which is impossible to ignore. And what version is closer to you, and what do you think about it?
The CIA didn't find the Ark of the Covenant. They discovered something much worse. Recent CIA documents discovered on the internet and ran by our friends over at the Ninjas and Butterflies podcast, as well as the Daily Mail, have uncovered something pretty crazy. Now, the CIA is no stranger to controversy, with operations like MK Ultra, where they brainwashed hippies and tried to test and use mind control. The JFK files have also rehashed a scrutiny in terms of how they're viewed within the different branches of government, specifically JFK himself saying he wished he could have smashed the organization into 1,000 pieces. Now, I will say that I appreciate them releasing information on their own website, and that's exactly where this information that we're going to cover today was discovered. And within recent years, I'll be honest in that there's not many things that will surprise me, but the CIA having documents that they themselves released about the Ark of the Covenant surprised me. It's not just that the CIA found out where the Ark of the Covenant is, it's the way they found out the location of the Ark of the Covenant. And the way they discovered it, to me, is the darkest part. We're going to look in the scriptures on what the Ark of the Covenant is and why it's so impactful, the different theories about where it is today and how it's been personified in pop culture. And at the very end of this video, we're going to reveal one hidden nugget that I haven't seen anyone else cover directly from the CIA.gov files. But before we get into that, guys, my name is Ruslan. This channel exists to encourage, empower, and inspire you to live a life that blesses God. Sometimes that looks like exploring archaeology, tying it into scripture. Other times it looks like checking out stuff that the CIA is revealing and some of the darker secrets that seem to be influencing our reality. So if you're new here, or if you're not new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. A huge percentage of the people that watch this channel, unfortunately, are not subscribed. All right, let's jump into this topic. So the Ark of the Covenant contains the 10 Commandments, the tablets that Moses got, a jar of manna, and Aaron's rod. Ultimately, the Ark played a central role in the children of Israel entering the Promised Land, with the waters of the Jordan parting before it. Exodus 25 describes the delicate nature in which it was constructed, a chest made with acacia wood, overlaid with gold. It had very specific dimensions for its rings, its poles, and the cherubim placed on top. And ultimately, the Ark of the Covenant contained the presence of God. But this wasn't just a glorified box with the 10 Commandments and other things inside of it. It came with power and very specific rules that, if broken, could result in death. The Old Testament depicts that it could only be carried by Levites who used poles to transfer it. No one could touch it directly. And if they did, death was the consequence of disobedience. And when the Bath Shemith people looked inside, the Hebrew manuscripts say that 50,070 people were struck dead. And the power of the Ark of the Covenant is best illustrated in the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark. But only 7 years after the release of Raiders of the Lost Ark, the CIA seems to have taken some inspiration. And that leads us to the CIA released file on CIA.gov, Project Sunstreak. Okay, so here's the official file. You guys can all go look at it. As you scroll down, there's two specific definitions that pop out that we have to address about this file. The first one is this box you see here that says psych.
Horus versus Jesus. Let's settle this. Christians don't come for me, but Horus walked so Jesus could run. Horus, born of a virgin, baptized in a river, had 12 followers, performed miracles, died and resurrected. Jesus, same exact storyline, but 3,000 years later. And let's not ignore this. The Eye of Horus, symbol of protection, healing, and divine power. Sound like the all-seeing eye to you? If this shook you, wait till you hear what they stole from Osiris.
Does anybody else think it's really kind of strange that, like, during the pandemic, all the essential workers had to keep going to work because we were considered essential to the functioning of society? These are the people who, for society to function, have to keep going to work. And yet, none of those people are people who make over $100,000 a year. Anybody else think that's really fucking weird? That all the people who are absolutely necessary for the survival of the entire country, in order for anything to keep going, none of the people who are 100% absolutely necessary for the functioning of our...
Do you believe in a heaven or hell?
Gang, it's real, but they both a trap. Who want to go to heaven? I don't want to go no fucking heaven, gang. I don't want to go to hell neither. I want to be free. I don't want to be contained in no place. Gang, I'm a free soul. Listen, let me tell you how heaven was created, since you want to talk about that. It was a lady. I talked about Sophia. Right? I told you about that. And it was another guy that she made. When she made this guy, he thought he was just like bigger than her. So she locked him in a firmament. When he got locked in his firmament, he said, I'm God. He created heaven, hell, angels, Adam, Eve, and everything. It's all a prison, gang. You ask me, do I want to go to prison? I don't want to be with little Dirk. Dirk getting his noodles took. I don't want to get my noodles took neither. Stop playing with me. Oh, those spicy ones too. They took the spicy ones. Everybody like spicy ones. Stop playing with me.